An ambitious woman 100% needs a man who is twice as ambitious as her, or the relationship is not going to work, period. Not every woman wants to be a 7-figure entrepreneur. Not every woman wants to be in the top 1%, own a company, or have 1 million followers. That's fine. If that's not you, this is not for you. But if you are that woman, the one with a real vision, who's always 2 steps ahead, who's already building, your partner's plan needs to be bigger than yours. An ambitious woman is already great at leading herself. She outworks most men under the table. She does not need a man who can't keep up with her. She needs a man who can pull her forward. In order to soften and ignite for a man at the same time, his vision, work ethic, and leadership has to blow hers out of the water. Men are built to lead and to provide. That is how polarity works. When his plan is not bigger than hers, the polarity flips. And when polarity flips, attraction dies. She gets bored, she gets turned off, and eventually she leaves. Can these relationships be built? Sure, but they usually break because one person is building in one direction and the other cannot keep up. Love alone is not enough for an ambitious woman. She wants to build together. And eventually the ambitious woman realizes she brings more to the table and she resents him for it.
The moment in a man's life when everything changes is when he starts to feel replaceable. When he realizes his value in the relationship is tied to what he provides, not who he is, not how he loves, not how loyal he is, not how present he is, but what he produces. This is when a man emotionally shifts. And these are the 3 things that he will start doing quietly when he feels replaceable. Number 1, he will start to replace that woman. He does not leave right away, but he pulls back inside. He stops opening up. He stops sharing his plans. He stops stressing. Literally, he will go private with his thoughts. Number 2, he will safeguard his assets. He starts to become more careful with money. He will separate finances. He will protect his savings, his property, anything that has to do with his future. And it is not because he is greedy. He just doesn't feel secure anymore. Number 3, he starts to plan his exit quietly, silently, and strategically. He starts to think about where he will go, how he will recover, how he will rebuild, and what life will look like without that woman. And this is not because he wants to leave, but he has to prepare himself because he was forced to. Understand this, men do not leave when they are angry. They detach first. They leave after months and years of feeling disrespected and unseen. And most of all, taken for granted in their own homes. And trust and believe, when a man starts to feel replaceable, he is going to make sure that woman feels replaceable too.
One thing I've noticed about truly successful men is they rarely make their biggest decisions alone. And I'm not talking about their attorney or their advisor. I'm talking about the woman beside them. Not because she is working for him, but because she helps him see what he simply cannot. Some men look for a woman who elevates their image or is convenient. The wiser men look for a woman who elevates their consciousness, helps him reveal his shadows. A spiritually connected woman brings something to the table that can't be measured on a spreadsheet or data. She notices energy. She notices character. She notices when something looks good on paper but feels wrong in her soul. The right woman doesn't just make life more beautiful. She helps them make better decisions. She keeps them connected to their values. She sees what others miss. So to every woman listening, do not underestimate your intuition. Your intuition is not irrational. It's intelligence expressed differently. And the right man won't ask you to shrink your wisdom, your spirituality, or your voice. He'll recognize that those qualities aren't competing with his success. They're helping to create it.
Let me clarify for those that don't understand. If he says he wants to see you and says he'll let you know, not interested. If he likes your story and likes all your posts and sees your stuff, but doesn't ask you to hang out, not interested. Not interested at all. If he's in a long distance situationship with you and doesn't come to see you, not interested. If he takes you out and doesn't call you back within a week, not interested. If he FaceTimes you every night and calls you every night but doesn't see you, not interested. If he's always just a little too busy and doesn't have the time, not interested. He takes you out on a nice dinner and it takes him a week and said, hey, he's sorry, he's been busy, he just got back to, he ain't interested. Not interested, all right, girl? I'm gonna tell you right now, unless the only way he shows interest is, number 1, if he asks you out. I don't care what remote thing he's doing. I don't care what kind of long distance situationship you're in. I don't give a about any of that. And number 2, he commits to you. Those are the only two things. Like I've said in my last video, there's only two ways you're going to know if he's interested. Is he asking you out, and is he committing to you? Doesn't matter. I don't care how many times he FaceTimes you. I don't care how many times he likes your story. I don't care about how much he says he likes your mom and he wants you to meet his family. I don't give a shit about any of it. Unless he asks you out.
When I say we gotta love ourselves more, fellas, this is exactly what I mean. Few discretion's advised.
See my man.
Tell me how you be cheating on me.
Who be cheating? I'm not a cheater.
You cheat on me with the nigga that be at the corner store all the time.
The corner store is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
The corner store.
Yeah. And then that NFL player, and then the nigga that's in the back play basketball, he ain't even make the NBA, he overseas in the D League.
Why you bringing up old?
Just text you today, he said good morning.
Yeah, he just listed like 3 or 4 different men that she cheat on him with. How are you laying comfortably on that woman? Are you having a wonderful evening with her on the beach, y'all in the sand, wind blowing in your hair, she caressing you, and you know she getting her back blown out by 4 different, and one of them be at the corner store. That's the worst. Jesus Christ. But explain yourself. I just want to know, how could you be with a woman like this knowing she don't respect you? She didn't even really try to deny it. She's a corner store. And then when he started going down the list, when the status of the men started going up, she just got quiet and let me let him talk because it's true. It's true. She wore it like a badge of honor, believe it or not. And to add insult to injury, she tried to gaslight you and say, that's some old. You said, nah, it ain't old. That nigga sent you a message this morning talking about good morning, beautiful. She didn't even deny it. Fellas, we gotta love ourselves more. There's no cat worth this kind of pain. There's no cat worth this kind of stress. None. Hey, before this worth though, this is kind of funny, and I'm gonna tell you why. The way she disregarded the corner store is actually really funny. She didn't say about the other niggas, but the nigga at the corner store, she had to, hey, whoa, the nigga at the corner store, like, bro, don't try me like that, bro. It's no different from a situation where someone is insulting you, right? And they're like, oh, hey, you ugly, you can't dress, you don't get no girls, and you broke. You're like, I'm broke. What you talking about? Notice how that person will hyperfixate themselves on that one thing they don't believe to be true. That's exactly what she did for the at the corner store, bro. He don't deserve that, bro. Hey, well, one thing's for sure, 2 things for certain. Never stoop this low to be with a woman. Yep. Let's get back serious. So they can stop playing with us. It's better to be alone than be with a woman like this. And I know some of y'all niggas are not gonna listen to what I just said because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
How much cheaper the bean? Nails, your hair, all that wax, your eyebrows, eyelashes. Y'all supposed to have that under control. And supposed to help with real. Your maintenance to yourself, you supposed to have that. If you don't got that, I don't even be dealing with you. The nigga gotta pay for your nails, your hair, your eyelash, your wax. Nigga shouldn't even deal with you. You're broke. You broke. And don't come up here and be like, oh no, I just be wanting him to pay for it. No, you pay for it. That's your maintenance. That's your self-care. That's your self-love. Like, you do that for you. And when there's bills and real going on, then he could come in and step in and help you.
If you're broke, you should not be dating. And this goes for men and women. If you require a man to take care of your nails and your hair and your basic maintenance because you cannot, baby, you should not be dating. If you require a man to take care of your hair, your nails, and your basic maintenance because you just feel like that's his obligation, baby, you should not be dating. For those of you who are new here, I am a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for close to a decade. Now, if a man decides that he wants to take on the responsibility of your upkeep and of your maintenance, cool. All the more power to you. Knock yourself out, sis. But this should not be your requirement in looking for a man. And see, this is a problem that occurs with a lot of women when it comes to dating. Is you have these very materialistic, you have these very fickle requirements. And so what happens is when a man fulfills that, you end up missing out on the things that actually matter in a potential husband. You miss out on character, you miss out on integrity, right? You're not paying attention to the things and the traits that will display that this man is the type of man that you actually want to be in relationship with, or you actually want around you. Because you're so focused on the stuff that social media tells you that you should have in your relationship as opposed to the stuff that you actually need. Let me tell you something. Any man I have ever dated, I have ever engaged with, who spent money on whatever, who bought me whatever, typically were not good people. Now, if you're cool with that, you cool with someone mistreating you, you cool with someone disrespecting you, baby, knock yourself out. Get all your hair and nails done, all the bundles in the world, baby. But if you are not, my suggestion is figuring out what it is that you want in a partner. figuring out what it is that you want from a relationship. Until then, I just stop dating, baby. Go read a book or something. Stay safe.
Modern women keep on saying, essentially, I need an alpha, I need a double alpha, I need a triple alpha. And I get it. You know, if I'm a woman with a vision, I've done this. Most of the time when I'm working, I blow a man his work out of the water because I'm so great at what I do. That all sounds well and good until you run across the man that you're saying that you want and that you need. And that man's work ethic is tiring to you. That man don't quit working. Hey, babe, can we kind of stay out? No, I gotta work. I gotta go. There's a lot of different things that I have to do. You gotta keep up. See, what's happening is y'all get in there and y'all start moving and shaking and doing a few things, having a little bit of success. But then you're saying, man, you know, his work ethic has to blow mine out of the water. Instead of saying, I need a man whose work ethic is right around mine, maybe even a little better. They're saying it needs to blow mine out of the water. If it's blowing it out of the water, it never even had a chance. Oh, he's going to pull me. If the man has to pull you, you've become a weight. You become an anchor. Do you hear yourself? If the man is so great at pulling his own boat, and then you say, you're going to have to pull me now, pull my boat. I can do it, but I don't want to. I don't have to. There are plenty of women out there that are on or close to my level to where I don't have to tell them, guide them, handhold them. They already know what to do, who to talk to about it, where to go, and the plan is already in place. I just have to okay it, and it's off to the races. So no, I'm not going to be out here falling around and talking to a woman that I gotta pull around and I gotta put you on my back. No, if you say you're so much of a high value woman and alpha woman, then get your behind in gear and let's go.
He's not like the hands-on working at his plant.
That's not. You don't know anything about the job.
Yes, you literally work. The most that you do is walk from building to building. That's the only physical labor you do. And at my job, I'm up walking around the halls.
So you're walking around the same?
Yes, I walk around just as much as you do.
You load semi-trucks?
Do you do that by hand or do you use a forklift for that? Where you sit and control?
You still have to know how to do all that stuff.
Yes, so you have a mentally heavy job.
Have you loaded a truck with a forklift?
I know that you don't use muscle to do that.
Have you used a crane?
You also don't use muscle to do that. You're using machinery, like you're operating a machine.
Correct.
You're not like back-breaking labor every single day. So when you're doing the whole, I'm so exhausted. I'm exhausted every day from working and figuring out food for our kids and taking care of our kids and getting our kids to bed and all that. And then you get home at 11 or whatever and you just immediately get on your game. And so when I wake up in the middle of the night...
What am I supposed to do at 11 o'clock at night when everyone's sleeping?
What are you playing?
Marvel Rivals.
A lot of women seem to forget that if you have a good man, whatever you're not willing to do for him, another woman will be willing to do it. If you're not willing to put your ego to the side, if you're not willing to put his needs first sometimes, if you're not willing to be the woman that he deserves to have in his life, another woman is more than happy to step up and take your place. Because here's the truth, ladies. A good man will not easily give up on his woman because he has honor, because he has respect. A man, he genuinely loves you. After a certain amount of time, if he realizes that he's giving and you're not giving anything back, he will leave you and he will find a woman who genuinely appreciates him, who genuinely sees the effort he puts in, and who genuinely will treat him in the way he deserves.
People want this woman canceled for what she said on a podcast.
I had a big drought over the summer, and then I'm like re-entered a hoe era right now. But the last two guys I've like in the past month have suggested using condoms, and I'm like kind of being offended by the condom epidemic. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm allergic.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Who likes them? One, it kills the mood, okay? So, like, they're looking for a condom. Two, I don't want to have your weird offspring baby. Like, I have a stronger IUD than, like, Zeus. Like, pregnancy's not on the table. I don't want to have a child with you. Or, like, three, are you calling me a whore and are you trying to, like, protect yourself from my house?
Did you ever ask them, like, why are you doing this?
Yes.
What have they said?
This happened to me, like, a couple weeks ago, and I was like, look at you looking for a condom, and, like, how it's ruining the mood. And also, like, why do you need one?
What'd he say?
he just like thought it was practicing responsible and boundaries with him, and I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Do you tell him to grow up?
I got the ick. I haven't talked to him since.
Meet Haley. She's a TikToker, podcaster, and social media influencer. And people are not only upset by this take, but the fact that when people started to call her out, she made another video where she ended up doubling down.
Emergency press conference, guys. I'm not in the mood today for this. Okay? I woke up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, honestly. I was out pretty late last night. I opened my phone, very excited for my doom scroll. And the first video that lands on my For You page is this beautiful young woman trying to cancel me for having a controversial opinion about I said I don't with condoms and they ruin the vibe. And if that's what we want to cancel me for, okay, cancel me. End my career. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not changing my mind on that one. If I texted a group chat with 100 right now and said, hey guys, when was the last time you used a condom? I can guarantee most of them would say high school. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a controversial opinion at all. And that's what you want to come for me for? On this beautiful Saturday? Decline.
A lot of people not only disagree with her, but they're also saying that some situations that they've been in start to make more sense when men look at them sideways when the conversation about using condoms or getting tested comes up. Because some women are saying that this has become the norm, so when the conversation about safe does come up, things get a little awkward. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Wait.
Viewer discretion is advised. Fellas, please, after you see this clip, do not release the hounds. Enjoy.
Start over, because they were walking like...
Don't worry about that. We're starting from down there.
Oh, we're starting from down there. Yeah. I'm walking towards her?
Walk past. It's natural.
No, we were side by side. Calm down. All I said was she was side by side. We were side by side.
I'm not worried about people walking.
Okay, I am. I don't want to walk side by side with somebody.
Babe, you're on vacation. It's not going to be an SUVs.
Why can't you just say okay, babe?
You were doing that yesterday. You get mad at people walking.
I was not getting mad. You just want to keep going instead of just saying okay, babe.
I'm never going to say okay, babe.
I know. It's one of your problems. Just say okay.
No, it's not one of my problems. That's why we're still together. Because you think he's going to rules fit.
What am I ruling?
If at any point in time you end up with a woman like this, leave her right where she stands. Because women like that are insufferable. They're combative. There's like this. All he did was say, hey, babe, it's okay. We're just going to start on the other end. All right. Not only that, it's going to continue to happen because we are on a public beach. We are on vacation. So this that's frustrating you, it's going to continue. There's no need for you to acknowledge it. It's pointless. But instead of listening to her man, what she thought was relax. Mind you, didn't raise his voice, didn't get hyped. All he did was mention something to her. Now he got relax. The same women that say they hate when we tell them relax. And in her mind, what he should have done was feed into her overdramatic and just say, yes, babe. Like the good doggy that he is. Boy, I tell you, man, these hoes get more and more insufferable every single day. And I commend this man because his level of patience that he had with this woman, you could tell he used to it. You could tell this is a normal occurrence between the two of them. Fellas, we got to want more for ourselves because that ain't it. In his everyday life, he's consistently dealing with this woman's attitude over nothing. He said nothing wrong in the whole situation, the whole interaction. All he said was, babe, it's a public beach. You get mad at stuff. You got mad yesterday over the same thing. It's going to continue to happen. I don't want to walk side by side. Okay, just slow the down. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm happy he stood his ground and said, I'm never just going to say, okay, babe. And she had the audacity to say, that's one of your problems. What the She wanted a yes man and that's not him. And he better than me because I'd have left that standing right where she is. And the sad part about it is this is what life is like for a lot of men in America. He's doing something he probably doesn't even want to do, but he's supporting his woman. But in the midst of it, he has to deal with her attitude. That woman is looking for a yes man, and that's not him. Fellas, a good woman is never going to go back and forth with you about some like that. But just like any other video, you ain't got to listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
Body count doesn't matter because I could literally lie. Like, I could be like, oh my gosh, I have 5 bodies. Oh my gosh, I have 2 bodies. Oh my gosh, I have 3. Like, it doesn't matter, and you're not going to be able to tell regardless of how high I say.
Is it a double standard that a high body count for women is criticized while a high body count for men can even be praised? Yes, it is. But the funny thing is that this partly comes from another double standard that exists in our society. That double standard is that men typically initiate and steer the courting process. You'd say, Yeah, but how is that related? Let me explain. You see, by itself, a high body count for a woman may not be such a terrible thing. I'll generalize and use assumptions here, and there are exceptions, but a high body count, especially at a younger age, does normally tell you a story about that person. Imagine we have two people, a man named Joe and a woman named Vicky. Both 25 years old, both with a body count of 100. Due to the double standard I mentioned, where it's the man who initiates and steers the courtship process, for Joe to be able to sleep with 100 women by the age of 25, he had to accomplish a lot in his life. I'll even use conservative estimates here. Imagine Joe sleeps with, on average, every fifth woman he courts, and on average he needs 2 dates to do it. Again, if you're a guy, you probably realize that's a darn good statistic, way above average. That means that to sleep with 100 women, he had to meet 500. Let's even assume that for the 400 women it didn't work out with, he only had 1 date, and for the 100 women he slept with, he had 2 dates on average. That puts him at around 600 dates. So let's be conservative and say that average date cost him $30. For 600 dates, that means he spent $18,000 on dates alone by the age of 25. And that's just dates, on top of the rest of his lifestyle. To be able to do that, most probably, since we're talking an average case here, not some rich kid, Joe works a good job, rents his own place, does sports, has a good social circle. So the point is, to get to this level at 25, Joe has to be the man. The guy other boys see, envy, and look up to as an example. Now let's look at Vicky. Again, we are generalizing here. And again, using the double standard in our world where women are normally the choosers, attention comes to them and they don't need to do much for it. Since Vicky was 18, she's been getting a lot of attention, both online and in real life. Guys were approaching her, asking her out, inviting her to parties. When she opened the dating app, she'd be getting hundreds of likes a day, more matches than she could even go through. So naturally, for her, the choices were limitless. So she'd be choosing the top of the heap, the creme de la creme, the guys who'd offer her gifts and interesting experiences. So since she was 18, she'd always have temptations. The choice was between studying, getting a part-time job, or just relaxing and letting the guys take care of her leisure time, her expenses, and the dates. And since the temptation was so high, she enjoyed it. Going to nice parties, meeting guys ready to pay for her and her things. A lavish, interesting, crazy life overshadowed the boring studies or working part-time for pennies. So she chose to enjoy life. We only live once, so who wouldn't? So here she is, 25, with 100 partners, but a very different background compared to Joe. Now, I know this is a generalization, that there are exceptions. Yes, this is only an analogy, perhaps a little exaggerated, but in my opinion, it's a decent analogy nonetheless. And again, this analogy isn't presented to judge. You can decide for yourself what works for you. This analogy here is to explain how one double standard can lead to another.
Why don't women just be talking, man? They don't know what they're talking about. There's one woman talking about the man has a mentally heavy job. Well, you operate a forklift. The most walking you do is from building to building. You don't go anywhere. You be in the building, the same building, honestly and truly the same room. Do you even walk out of that room? You're not doing anything. Modern women be talking about nothing. Talking stupid. And there was one guy that said in a clip, modern women are counting steps. And while they're counting steps for themselves, they're counting a task for you. So when you go to work, that's one task. That's one job. There's nothing in that. You can't break that down. So you might work 12 hours, 15 hours, and it still be one thing. All you had to do is go work. But for them, they're going to say, well, for me, my life is harder because I had to make 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, 2 ham sandwiches, and then they go on about, oh, I had to take the Doritos and stick them in the lunch pail and da-da-da. Those are little tasks. And apparently it's wearing down her mental energy. And if it's wearing down my mental energy and I'm doing more tasks than you, then I must be more valuable than you. Even though you're probably tired after the 12, 15-hour shift and the job has worn you down. It doesn't matter because you haven't done as many tasks as I have. We'll argue you down about that type of stuff. Stupid.
So today we have the biggest sign a relationship will eventually fail, and we're jumping straight into it today. So, both partners do not have their own lives. If you and your partner don't have your own lives for at least 40% of the week, your relationship will eventually fail. If you're not able to have your own lives, your own separate things that you go and do, and then you come together, it's never going to work. And that's because you end up developing dependency and not love. You end up just becoming dependent on this person and dependent on the interactions with them, and that becomes your identity instead of having your own identity and creating something together. Part of love is mystery. Part of loving somebody is that time apart. You got to give yourself time to miss that other person. If you're together every day, what is there to miss? You're telling me you guys can't go 48 hours without seeing each other? If you can't go a day or 2 days or 3 days without seeing your partner, that's not healthy. That's a problem. You need to have your own life outside of your relationship. Because if you can't have any time apart, no time apart means no time for moments together to have any meaning. If you're together all the time, being together doesn't mean anything. It becomes the norm. You don't give yourself anything to look forward to with your partner. The moments, they don't have any weight to them anymore. So if you're not able to have your own life outside of the life you have with your partner, hate to break it to you, brother, but your shit's gonna fail eventually. It's just a matter of if it's a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you're in an unhealthy relationship and it's not gonna work. So you better figure that the fuck out if you want it to work. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk today, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
I don't know any monogamous alpha males of any race. I don't think there's a such thing as a monogamous alpha male.
What?
Wow. Come on. Yes.
Really?
Yes. There's monogamous men. I'm talking about the alphas. I'm talking about that 5% of black men that every black woman wants. They're not monogamous, right? Now, when I say they're not monogamous, I'm not saying he will always entertain another woman through your own relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that occasionally in that relationship, he will entertain other feminine energy. You see what I'm saying? Monogamy doesn't mean a constant number two. Some men have a constant number two. Other men, it's an occasional number two. But if he's alpha, he's going to explore the fruits of the forest.
Do you think it's always physical?
No. It can be quite emotional, especially if you're not getting what you need at home. Right? Women.
What's the most toxic thing about you?
That I love being by myself.
Why do all guys want to be by themselves? Do you think that we're annoying?
The main thing to understand why a guy wants to be alone is that it has nothing to do with anyone else. And it has everything to do with nothing. Which is confusing, I know, but that's what we feel most of the time. Nothing. When we are asked about love, when we are rejected by a girl, when we're yelled at work, we feel nothing. But nothing isn't always bad, because sometimes it's a lot better than the thoughts in our head. This time where we do nothing and feel nothing allows us to process and recharge from a point where we felt so depleted that doing nothing gives us that energy back to be able to handle it all. So we need that alone time to do and feel absolutely nothing. And I promise you, it's exactly what we need.
The thing, more of you girls need to start acting your weight. You heard that correctly. Act your weight. Because if you are 160 pounds, I don't want to see any attitude. I want you to be giving all that attitude to the treadmill.
Isn't that nice? However, it seems that we already have some acting like their IQ.
Give it to your nutritionist. Give it to that Pilates class, which is basically stretching because, like, look at you.
Oh, isn't that just charming?
How are you? You're gonna give a skinny girl attitude when you're fat.
It's always been my opinion, but someone who lives in a glass house really shouldn't throw stones.
Here's the thing, this is like the hot crazy matrix, but it applies to like girlhood. If you're fat, I don't want to see any attitude.
I often wonder how individuals who lack critical thinking skills get attitudes, but apparently you've just seen another demonstration.
If you're gonna give me attitude, you better be skinny. You better be 115 pounds to come for me.
Well, a lot of individuals not realize that it's not what the person looks like on the outside that matters in regards to what their intellect contains. Apparently not.
Actually, more people need to hear that. That is the tough truth.
And more people need to hear that they probably aren't qualified to get into conversation with a lot of other people.
But a lot of you are not acting your weight, clearly not pulling your weight in any way, shape, or form, or workout class or anything. But start pulling your weight, start acting your weight, girl. Bye.
Some individuals will put anything out there on the internet for attention, and then they'll probably be upset when it backfires.
Do you want to every friend that you've ever had as a girl?
No. I mean, that I maybe originally when I was like trying to be your friend, I was like probably because I wasn't trying to be your friend.
What am I hearing
I'm
right
telling
now?
you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Listen, a guy won't. This is the truth. Like there is not a time when a guy goes, I just want to get to know that person, period, just because they look like they'd be a cool friend.
What?
Boy best friends, not doing that.
No besties?
Nope, don't exist. No man is 100,000% your friend.
Really?
And the girls I be with are pretty. So I know he's not
So
actually
no,
your friend.
oh, that's my brother. That's bro.
No. Because if me and you get into it, and you tell bro, and you go over bro house, and you get to drinking with bro, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You give bro, and she gonna take him out. I care how bro and sister y'all is, you know?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I think girls and guys can't be friends, because guys, their intention is always, if they're giving you attention, it's because they have some intention, like beyond just being a friend.
Guys, I went on maybe one of the best first dates I have been on in recent years, but maybe ever this weekend. Okay, here's the story. We met on Hinge and we instantly clicked. I mean, it was just immediate banter, immediate conversation. We got deep, we got surface level. We were just really vibing, and we weren't messaging for that long. It was probably just a few hours. Eventually he asks me to coffee. I say yes. He sets it up. He asks, what day are you free? What time? Da-da-da. And your girl's excited. Okay, I don't match with a lot of people very often, but this person totally just struck me. I found him very attractive. I liked his prompts. And again, our conversation flowed so quickly, so easily. So I show up to the coffee shop and he shows up right after me, and he walks in and I'm just taken aback. I'm taken aback by his beauty. He is just as gorgeous as his photos, if not even more in person. We meet, we hug, instantly we hit it off. It was like that perfect back and forth energy from the chat just translated perfectly into real life. I mean, we literally vibed basically the second we started talking. We get our coffees and we find one table that's available that's nestled right in the corner of the cafe, away from everyone else, like we're in our own little planet. And we talked and talked and talked. We spanned superficial subjects like favorite movies, music, to deep subjects like trauma and our last relationships. And he was the one actually asking me all of the deep questions, and typically it's me. The eye contact was unparalleled. You guys, he was like staring into my soul, and there wasn't a phone in sight. Literally completely undistracted, talking the entire time. After 2 hours, I'm like, I gotta pee. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, I get out of the bathroom, I come back, and this ordered another coffee. He was like, I got another drink. I wasn't sure if you wanted something. Do you want me to get you another drink? I was like, excuse me? I literally thought after I was done peeing, we would wrap it up and go home, but this was not done yet. He was locked in, ready for round 2. So I was like, sure, yeah, I'll take another tea. So he goes and gets me my tea, comes back to the table, we sit down, and we are literally there for 2.5 more hours. Our entire date was 4.5 hours. You guys, we were sitting across from each other with no distractions, no phones, completely locked in, talking the entire time in riveting conversation for 4.5 hours in the corner of this little coffee shop. It was out of a movie. It was literally rom-com coded. And at one point we were both crying from laughter, literally tears streaming down our face from laughing so hard from something that we were talking about. So finally at the end of the date, we're like, holy, it's been 4.5 hours. So when we realized the time and started wrapping up the date, it was so sweet. He was like, so if you're interested, I would love to see you again. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. I would love to see you again. So he took my number because we were just previously messaging on the app. So we walked out of the coffee shop, we hugged goodbye, and that was it. After I had been in my car for all of 2 minutes, I got a text from him, and it was because he turned on his car and a song that we were talking about was playing, and so he made a joke about it, and I made a joke back, and then that was it for that interaction. So we went out on Saturday, and it's now Monday. In my book, proper date etiquette is to follow up the next day and say, hey, I had a really great time, let's set up that second date, but I have not heard from this. I told him on the date, I like to be pursued. I like men to lead. I want you to put in the effort. That's what I'm looking for, and that's what I'm available for right now. So I made it clear. So at this point, I haven't heard from him in over a day, and I've decided that I'm gonna give it a solid 48-hour window of time. And if I do not hear from him by the end of today, this man has disqualified himself. My husband is not making me wait. There is no lag time with my husband. Okay, I'm giving him a little bit of runway, right? 2 solid days, 48 hours to reach out. But my husband is really excited to lock down that second date. My husband wants me to know for sure that he is interested and he is pursuing me. So yes, I had a wonderful date with this man, and I would love to see him again. And we did have great connection and great chemistry, but the date doesn't really matter. What matters is what happens after the date. Consistency, effort, showing your interest. This is what I'm interested in. So we'll see. The clock is turning. He has till midnight. I'll keep you guys posted.
And you know, Dr. Umar says a lot of stuff, but when he's talking about an alpha man, this is the type of man that women are describing. He's got to be ambitious. He's got to be ultra alpha. Well, if it's the man that you're talking about that you want, this man, his appetite for pretty much anything and everything is unquenchable. I'm making 30 million. I got 30 million. I want to make 60 million in the next 6 months. It's hard to keep up with a man like that for anybody. It's hard for anybody to keep up with a man like that. And for some reason, modern women feel like they are the ones to do the job. I have all of the qualifications and the expertise to do it. Until that man says, this is a nice ride, but I think I'm looking for something else. And that's exactly what Dr. Umar was saying. The men that you guys are going for, y'all don't stand a chance. Well, he's going to be loyal to me and only me. Y'all don't stand a chance. You don't offer much. And whatever you are offering, that little bit, he's going to get tired of that.
Do not compete with other guys. Do not compete with them, especially when it comes to women. Like I said, a good friend of mine always told me, trust in the incompetence of other men. Because they will mess up, and by comparison, it will make you look like a rock star. Because the average guy sucks at dating. But if you have just a small ounce of social calibration and social intelligence, you will win out. So therefore, do not compete with other guys. Trust in their incompetence. And they will pretty much, they will win the girl for you.
Someone needs to let me know if I am the only one that has noticed that men are not like how they were when our parents were growing up. Like, I grew up, I don't know if it's because like the Italian values or what, like I grew up like the man is supposed to take care of the woman. The man is supposed to go up to the girls. Like the man is supposed to have drive and initiate everything. Like I feel like now it's so hard to find guys that like even just in general have drive in life. Like I feel like it's so different, and I don't know, like I personally never get approached. I never. Maybe something's wrong with me. I don't know. But like I feel like then like whenever I like talk about it, everyone's like, oh well, they want the girl to like go up to them. Like what? When did this change? When did this change? Because I want a man. I don't want to be the man. Someone come up to me. Anyways, I just feel like there's no manly men. I just don't think so. I think every guy I've met is like honestly super emotional, and that's fine. Like I'm all about feelings, whatever. Like I'm an emotional person, so like that's okay. But I feel like it's definitely like sometimes worse than girls. Like I'm not even kidding. Like it's crazy. Anyways, so if anyone knows if manly men still exist, let me know. Or if I'm the only one that thinks they don't. I don't know.
When I say we gotta love ourselves more, fellas, this is exactly what I mean. Few discretions advised.
I'll be my man.
Tell me how you be cheating on me.
Who be cheating? I'm not a cheater.
You cheat on me with a nigga that be at the corner store all the time.
The corner store is crazy.
Yeah.
The corner store?
Yeah. And then that NFL player. And then the nigga that's in the back play basketball, he ain't even make the NBA, he overseas. In the D-League.
Why you bringing up old?
Just text me today, he said good morning.
Yeah. He just listed like 3 or 4 different men that she cheat on him with. How are you laying comfortably on that woman? Are you having a wonderful evening with her on the beach, y'all in the sand, wind blowing in your hair, she caressing you, and you know she getting her back blown out by 4 different, and one of them be at the corner store. That's the worst. Jesus Christ. But explain yourself. I just want to know, how could you be with a woman like this knowing she don't respect you? She didn't even really try to deny the corner store. And then when you started going down the list, when the status of the men started going up, she just got quiet and let him talk, because it's true. It's true. She wore it like a badge of honor, believe it or not. And to add insult to injury, she tried to gaslight you and say that's some old. You said, no, it ain't old. That nigga sent you a message this morning talking about good morning, beautiful. She didn't even deny it. Fellas, we gotta love ourselves more. There's no cat worth this kind of pain. There's no cat worth this kind of stress. None. Hey, but for what it's worth though, this is kind of funny, and I'm gonna tell you why. The way she disregarded the corner store is actually really funny. She didn't say about the other niggas, but the nigga at the corner store, she had to, hey, whoa, the nigga at the corner store, like, bro, don't try me like that, bro. It's no different from a situation where someone is insulting you, right? And they're like, oh, hey, you ugly, You can't dress, you don't get no girls, and you broke. You're like, I'm broke. What you talking about? Notice how that person will hyperfixate themselves on that one thing they don't believe to be true. That's exactly what she did for at the corner store, bro. He don't deserve that, bro. Hey, well, one thing's for sure, two things for certain. Never stoop this low to be with a woman. Yep. Let's get back serious. So they can stop playing with us. It's better to be alone than be with a woman like this. And I know some of y'all niggas are not gonna listen to what I just said because I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, keep the change.
You brought it on yourself, okay? Didn't nobody do it. You did it to yourself. Listen up. I'm about to give you a list of things that we will be leaving in 2025. Grab your notepad, grab your pen because you need to write this down. Take notes. First up on the list, we have lip fillers. You look like Daffy Duck. It's not a good look. It looks very, very stupid. And it don't even make you give better head. Your head is even more whack than it was before you got lip fillers. So let's cut that out. All right, coming in at number 2. Let's add in those big lashes. The lashes that make your eyes look lazy as fuck, leave those in 2025. So big lashes. I hope you write this down, bitch. That's number 2. Coming in at number 3, we have BBLs. You knew it was going to be on the list. Okay, y'all are risking y'all lives getting BBL after BBL after BBL. But the main thing that you need to be doing is going to the gym. Because just because you got a BBL don't mean that you don't have to still work out to maintain it. And you are not disciplined. So let's do that. BBLs. That's number 3 on the list. Number 4. Victim mindset. You brought it on yourself. Okay? Didn't nobody do it. You did it to yourself. Number 5. We're going to leave that lady's husband. We're going to leave him alone because he's never going to leave his family for you. You are wasting your time. You're better than that. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying. And then you know what? Let me just add in one more. The last one that I'm adding, this is my favorite one, is delusion. Just because you don't like the facts don't mean that the facts do not exist. They're still facts. You're just in your feelings. Let's leave the delusion in 2025. Don't bring that over to 2026. Please, write this down. Please, all of this, write it down. Hopefully this covers everything. If you feel like I left something off, you can just add it in the comments and then we can do a part 2. You brought it on yourself, okay? Didn't nobody do it. You did it to yourself. Listen up. I'm about to give you a list of things that we will be leaving in 2025. Grab your notepad, grab your pen because you need to write this down. Take notes. First up on the list, we have lip fillers. You look like Daffy Duck. It's not a good look. It looks very, very stupid. And it don't even make you give better head. Your head is even more whack than it was before you got lip fillers. So let's cut that out. All right, coming in at number 2. Let's add in those big lashes. The lashes that make your eyes look lazy as fuck, leave those in 2025. So big lashes. I hope you write this down, bitch. That's number 2. Coming in at number 3, we have BBLs. You knew it was going to be on the list. Okay, y'all are risking y'all lives getting BBL after BBL after BBL. But the main thing that you need to be doing is going to the gym. Because just because you got a BBL don't mean that you don't have to still work out to maintain it. And you are not disciplined. So let's do that. BBLs. That's number 3 on the list. Number 4. Victim mindset. You brought it on yourself. Okay? Didn't nobody do it. You did it to yourself. Number 5. We're going to leave that lady's husband. We're going to leave him alone because he's never going to leave his family for you. You are wasting your time. You're better than that. Maybe not, but you know what I'm saying. And then you know what? Let me just add in one more. The last one that I'm adding, this is my favorite one, is delusion. Just because you don't like the facts don't mean that the facts do not exist. They're still facts. You're just in your feelings. Let's leave the delusion in 2025. Don't bring that over to 2026. Please, write this down. Please, all of this, write it down. Hopefully this covers everything. If you feel like I left something off, you can just add it in the comments and then we can do a part 2.
Modern women say this thing, you're not competing with other guys for my attention. You're competing with me and the life that I can give myself. Most men are not competing with you or any other guy. A lot of these men out here have checked out. This is not a competition. Either you want a companion or you don't. Either you want to act like you have some common sense and go ahead and talk to me like a regular person, or you don't. I'm not going to sit at this table trying to pull teeth, trying to have a conversation with you. Modern women think they have all the time in the world. They act silly. They honestly and truly, they whine a lot. They don't develop enough social skills to have the deep conversations that they want to have. They don't have the intelligence for it. They don't have the intelligence for it. So this type of, he ain't got to compete with other men. He got to compete with me. There's not much to compete with. You're not that smart. Honestly and truly, you're not that intelligent. There's not much that you're talking about that's going to make a man stop, sit back and go, wow, I never thought about it like that. Wow, she's really intriguing. And keep on dating you.